sat on a stool on a Bayesian beach? Have you ever had a drink of a martini as the waves crash down?
But if you pay me the £3.60, I can get a bottle of water.
Michael Mann, you're worried about that. Have you ever sat on a camel across the Sahara?
Well, if you pay me back, I can sit on a bus. Are you going to pay me some money or what?
Have you ever been to Dubai?
Dubai?
And surveyed the whole country, watching the sun go down?
I can't even get to Stratford at the moment.
Very soon, you're going to say to Nigel, it is incredible what God is doing in my family. The favor of God in salvation.
Ok, xin chào mục sư Brown.
Hello, Pastor Brown.
Ở Hội Thánh London.
From London Church.
Chúng con là Hội Thánh ở Hà Nội, Việt Nam.
We're church in Hanoi, Vietnam.
Thay mặt cho tất cả mọi người ở đây,
representing everybody here,
chúng con xin gửi lời cảm ơn tới Ngài.
I want to give thanks to you, Mr. Brown,
vì những đóng góp của Ngài cùng Hội Thánh ở London.
For all your investment in London Church investment.
Đã giúp chúng con xây dựng Hội Thánh ở đây.
That helped us build the church here.
Và trên con đường tìm đến Chúa.
And on a road to God.
Chúng con cảm ơn Ngài.
We want to thank you.
Và chúc mừng lễ kỷ niệm 25 năm của Ngài.
And to celebrate your 25 years anniversary.
Okay, guys. Say
Happy anniversary, Pastor Brown and Sister Carol.
Happy anniversary, Pastor Brown and Sister Carol from Mauritius.
Happy 25th anniversary, Pastor Brown and Sister Carol.
Happy 25th anniversary, Pastor Brown and Carol.
Hi Pastor, hi Carol. Happy anniversary of 25 years of being in Walthamstow or Waltham Forest. Carol, I really do love you, and thank you just for, from the time when you first came, you've just been, just a wife and a mother, but such a great example to so many of us. And I really am thankful, and I look forward to the future and all that's going to happen. Thank you.
It was fun to laugh at Jake's dad putting the earphones in the wrong way, or it was just enjoyable moments as a young man growing up. But that transitioned as I grew up and understood what Christ was, and when I had that revelation of who he was, sharing those moments with Pastor, and now I've grown up and I've been incredibly blessed by his headship, just a conversation. I still send text messages and get emojis back from Pastor. Like, the concept sometimes is just surreal that someone so high up to some extent could have time for someone like myself, an individual, and so I'm greatly appreciative of them.
Obviously you've known myself and our family since we were children. One of my memories, actually, you probably won't even remember this, but there was a few times where you picked me and Michelle up from school, and I always remember my mum saying, Pastor Brown's picking up from school. Me and Michelle were like, what? Why? And it was always so funny. And so it was so random, but very, very special for us, a memory that I will always remember. Another special memory actually was when you and Auntie Carol and all the other pastors came for dinner when we lived at Coleridge. That was a really, really special time for us all, just to be able to have fun outside of church and be able to cook for you guys. So that was really lovely for us.
I just would really like to express our appreciation for Pastor and Carol. I first met Pastor and Carol when I was a teenager. I was only 19 in the Glasgow church when they first arrived in the UK with baby Alina. And then obviously watching them, in Norwich. I moved to Bury St Edmunds when I got married, and that was our closest church, just really watching their growth and development in that role. And then obviously they came to Waltham, became our headship and leadership when we assumed the pastorate at Bury St Edmunds. And I guess that's when we really got to know Pastor and Carol well. They've always been really good friends, invested in our family, took a really good, great interest in our kids. And then obviously moving into Waltham Forest Church, just watching them with the kids, especially with the boys, discipleship, seeing them grow and develop. It's just been an absolute blessing to see our family doing well in the things of God. I really thank Pastor and Carol for their investment into our life, for our friendship, and really looking forward to the next 25 years. Thanks.
Pastor Carol, I just want to say a heartfelt thanks to you for your years of service, your years of selflessness and selfless service. I've learned everything that's important in my ministry under you, Pastor. I learned selflessness, I learned character, I learned humility, I learned, you said to me once, if we don't care who gets the glory, we can have revival. You might not remember that, but that one comment, that changed my life, it changed my ministry. I learned more in the 2 years I was on staff with you than the 15 years before that. And I really, truly appreciate you as a person, you and Carol and your family. I appreciate your lives, your testimony. I love you guys. You've been such a blessing to me and Karen. We just want to thank God for you publicly, for what you've done and for who you are. We appreciate you. God bless you.
My friend Carol, you know what? You are a beautiful woman of God. I always remember there's a couple of girls in the congregation, and they were young pastors' wives, and they said they didn't really know how to be a pastor's wife. And I went, just look at Carol. You just look at Carol and you just follow Carol. She is your benchmark. She is your focus. And so that's what I think about you. But there's a funny part to you, Carol Brown, and that was when we were going to Israel years and years ago. Pastor Brown, you also, and unfortunately you were racing to go to Heathrow with another person in another van, and so you were racing, and then Carol goes, we're racing, and Carol turns round, she goes, "Come on, Nige, come on." And Pastor, you just morphed into an alpha male, and you just sped through. But for both of you, I am so grateful that you are my pastor, and Carol, you are my friend, and I appreciate your ministry. Thank you very much.
Hello, Pastor Brown and Carol. I just want to say thank you for what you've been doing in our life. Since we've been in this church, oh my God, you are just like a father for us. And I really want to say a big thank you for my family. Thank you for your prayer. Thank you for your support. Oh my God, this is a church. It's a family church. I really appreciate your service for being with us for over 20 years. And Carol, thank you, Mommy. Thank you. God bless.
Hello, Pastor Brown and Carol. I just want to say thank you so much for all your service over the many, many years. I've been in the church now for 32 years, and I truly am grateful for you being here for so long, having you as my longest serving pastors. And one thing I'll always remember is that your white man's afro. And also, I always love hearing your preaching, Pastor Brown. I love all the many people that come through. I love all the different preachers, but it's always wonderful to have my own pastor up there, and I really appreciate you. I appreciate you listening to me and encouraging me over the many years with all my different issues, and seeing me in all the different stages, and just being consistent and being really thoughtful and intentional. And thank you for all the encouragement as I tried to become a writer. And Carol, I just want to thank you for your exampleship as a wonderful wife, just serving her husband faithfully and serving the church. So you're just a really good example as a couple and as leaders. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you very, very much.
4th of July, 1999, I married my best friend, my beautiful wife. It was also Pastor Brown's first wedding. He had just come to take over the Walthamstow church. Didn't really know him that well, but it was his first wedding. And one thing that stood out to me was actually on the wedding day when he said, I don't understand why people get emotional at weddings. But all of a sudden he said, I feel very emotional. There was a real grace of God that day. And now look, fast forward 25 years. Wow, what an amazing couple Pastor Brown and Carol are.
The love you have as a pastoral couple for the church is so evident. The church is strong in faith and having constant revival due to the love and unconditional support you give year after year. You made England your home, and as the marriage vows say, your people will be my people. You made us your people. We are who we are as a couple due to your investment and great leadership. You left beautiful Australia. That's a great sacrifice. Thank you so much for your great exampleship and always being there for us. We are blessed and so grateful to be your first wedding in Walthamstow 25 years ago.
Just over these last 8 years, especially being back in Walthamstow after being out for over 20 years, just want to say that we really do appreciate your friendship, your kind words, your words of wisdom that have really helped direct my life, my family, and just my future and destiny here in the church. And I'm so pleased to have you as my pastor. It's exciting to see what God has been doing in your life from the day you came in to take over the church in Walthamstow. I remember being here when that happened. I was then 6 months with you, and then I went out. But just watching your life and Carol's life has been a real inspiration, a real joy and a real blessing, and we do wish you all the very best, and thank you for being our pastor.
Happy anniversary!
We just want to wish you a happy anniversary, Pastor. Thank you for being our pastor and our shepherd and watching over us. We truly appreciate you. Oh, mama.
Okay, Pastor Brown, Auntie Carol, we can't be there. We're so sorry. We're an impact team. Thank you for sponsoring this. We love you. We appreciate your service to the church and your love. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's give it up for them. 1, 2, 3.
For us. I remember when you first come to Walthamstow, and I don't know, there was just a funny vibe between myself, and I just felt like we just couldn't link. And I suppose many people would have felt that in some way, because you're used to one person and you got to get used to somebody else. But just in your wisdom and your openness, we kind of like broke through that, and we built a good friendship. And it's funny, I can honestly say friendship. I know you're my pastor, and Carol, you're my pastor's wife, and I say you both are, my friends, and we so appreciate you. Thank you, Pastor, for all the rebukes that you give me over the years. Thank you for all the no's that you say to me. No, Richard. Thank you for saying to Rich, what am I ever going to do with you? Pastor has a joke with me, and I joke with him. And every now and again I say to you, Pastor, that was a great sermon. When are you going to wash our feet? When are you going to have us up there with a bowl of water and wash our feet? And it's funny, I was thinking about it the other day. You actually been washing our feet for years. You've been serving for us. You and Carol, you've been serving us like Jesus. You know what I mean? And Jesus went out and he served the people, and he constantly washed people's feet. And I just want to say that thank you so much for your commitment. Thank you for sticking with us.
Pastor Nigel and Carol, I want to congratulate you on 25 years of pastoring the Waltham Forest Church. That's quite an accomplishment. Longevity is an accomplishment in itself, but you've done much more than just be there for a long time. I commend you and appreciate you for your labors through the years. You have invested in the nations of the world. You have gotten people saved, discipled, planted churches, and both of you have become reference points that are a blessing throughout the UK and the nations of the world. Nigel, you are a reference point for your dedication to preaching, your hunger to do God's will, and your desire to be a blessing to other people. Carol, you are a reference point of a pastor's wife. You've blessed ladies in ways that you probably don't even realize. I am very grateful to call you my friends and to be a part of what God is doing in the earth together with you. I believe that greater days are ahead for the UK Fellowship and for your ministry. God bless you and congratulations.